Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really plunging into a fascinating story. It's about Billy Jones.
Right. Often called an impresario of New York's indie music scene.
Exactly. But that phrase, it barely scratches the surface, doesn't
And
it?
it really doesn't capture the scale.
And here's the truly, astonishing part. Billy Jones died when he was just 45.
Yeah, tragically young.
But in only about, a dozen years? 12 years?
12 years.
He built this incredible legacy. Think about it. Babies.
All right.
A legendary spot.
Plus 3 other nightclubs, a restaurant, even a record store. Our sources really stress how much he helped New York keep its cultural energy going.
It's a very review.
It's a powerful example of the huge impact one person can have.
Yeah.
And in such a short time.
It really is. And that's kind of our mission here in this deep dive, isn't it? To unpack how someone who left such a big mark.
Yeah.
How he started from, seemingly pretty humble beginnings, connecting his journey to how a whole cultural scene gets built, right? Not just appearing out of nowhere.
Exactly. Piece by piece. Passion project by passion project.
Okay, so let's go back. Early life. Picture this. It's the early 2000s.
Okay.
Billy Jones, fresh out of college, living back home with his parents, Richmond, Virginia.
Right. Not exactly the center of the indie universe at the time.
Not at all. But his mind, his whole fantasy life, as the sources put it,
Yeah.
that was all happening miles away.
Focused entirely on Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Which, back then, you really have to remember was like the world capital of indie rock.
Absolutely the epicenter.
Makes you think, how many dreams start like that? Just, in a bedroom somewhere far away.
It really does. And he wasn't just passively dreaming, was he? He was actively feeding that fantasy.
How so?
Well, the closest he could physically get to that scene he admired was his local Barnes & Noble.
The bookstore connection.
Yeah. He'd go there, spend hours just reading magazines, the ones covering New York's music scene, soaking it all up.
Every band, every club.
Every detail. It wasn't just casual reading. It was like his lifeline, his window into this world he desperately wanted to be part of.
And as we know, a world he'd eventually help shape.
Exactly.
So then comes the moment. 2002.
Yeah.
He makes the leap.
The big decision.
Walks up to his dad, says, "I'm leaving." Just like that. He and his high school band. Other Passengers, was it?
Other Passengers, yeah. That was the name.
They packed up, moved to New York with that classic goal. Try to make it big.
Such a huge, bold move, leaving the known behind for that musician dream.
Absolutely. So he gets to Williamsburg. What are the first steps?
Well, very much in line with that dream initially. He got a job as a barista.
Okay, the classic artist day job.
Totally. But what's interesting here, and what our sources point out, is that the dream of indie rock stardom, it wasn't totally outlandish right then.
What do you mean?
Well, apparently, at another cafe just down the block, there was this other barista, a musician named Kip Malone.
Like Kip Malone from TV on the radio.
The very same. He wasn't famous yet, but soon would be, as a singer and guitarist in that group.
Wow, so it shows the kind of fertile ground Jones had landed in, like potential was everywhere.
Exactly. It was an artistically charged atmosphere. You can see how someone might think, yeah, this could happen from too.
So he's there, working the coffee machine, surrounded by music, maybe serving future rock stars.
Immersed in it.
But he doesn't become the next Kip Malone. He doesn't make it big with Other Passengers. Instead, there's this pivot.
A major pivot, yeah, towards becoming an impresario.
What causes that shift?
Yeah.
From wanting to be on the stage to wanting to build the stage?
Well, this is where his time as a deep fan, that obsessive reading in Barnes & Noble, and now his time in the scene, it all comes together.
He starts observing.
Keenly observing. The sources suggest he started seeing gaps. Things that were missing in the scene he loved.
Like what kind of things?
Maybe a certain kind of venue or a specific vibe. He wasn't just consuming the music. He was analyzing the experience, thinking about what wasn't there for artists and for audiences.
So less about his own stardom, more about the ecosystem.
Precisely. He saw a need for maybe more intimate spaces, community hubs, places that felt really authentic to that indie spirit he was so drawn to. It became less about him being the star and more about creating the perfect platform for the next stars.
So, okay, he's not just watching anymore. He's got this idea brewing. He's identifying problems, seeing opportunities. How does that translate into actually doing it? Like creating babies All right, that's his first big one.
That's the one. And yeah, that's where you see this like entrepreneurial gear really engaged.
It couldn't have been easy.
Oh, definitely not. Our sources really emphasize this wasn't simple. You're talking New York City real estate.
Notoriously tricky.
Exactly. Plus permits, financing, then actually designing and building out a space. It needs to feel right, authentic, but also function perfectly as a music venue. Sound, lights, flow.
A huge undertaking.
Oh, massive. And John's was apparently incredibly hands-on, not just writing checks, involved in every little detail, the sound system, the look, the feel, making sure it really embodied that specific vibe he wanted.
The deep understanding he had from being a fan and being in the scene must have been key.
Absolutely. It let him create a space that just clicked. It resonated almost immediately.
Okay, so Baby's All Right is a hit, a major success. But he doesn't stop there. How does he go from one successful club to, 3 more? Plus the restaurant, the record store.
Yeah, the expansion is remarkable.
Was that always the plan, like build an empire? Or did it just sort of happen?
It seems like maybe a bit of both. From what we can piece together, Baby's success obviously provided the capital, and maybe more importantly, the credibility.
Proof of concept.
Right. He showed it. He understood the scene, the audience, the business side. He could make it work.
So the later ventures.
They often seem to fill different niches or kind of complement what was already there. The restaurant, maybe for pre-show crowds. The record store, another way to connect with music lovers, build that community feeling.
It sounds very strategic, actually, building an ecosystem.
It really does speak to a sharp business sense, but always fueled by that core passion for the music and the culture. He wasn't just opening businesses, he was building these interconnected hubs, places that supported each other, amplified the scene.
It's just fascinating, this blend. The pure passion of that kid in the bookstore.
Yeah.
Combined with this serious entrepreneurial drive. And the result is this huge impact. He didn't just enjoy the culture, he actively shaped it.
He really did. Creating spaces, creating opportunities. Our sources are pretty clear that he genuinely helped the city keep its artistic energy alive, especially as things were changing, evolving.
Built the stage for others, like you said.
Exactly. A real contribution to that cultural verve.
So, when you look at Billy Jones's whole journey, this whole deep dive, what does it maybe tell you about how we can contribute to the things we love, the scenes we admire, especially, maybe your first dream, like being the rock star, maybe that changes and evolves into something different, maybe even more impactful, like shaping the whole environment instead.
Yeah.
What do you think?